his impact on comedy was that impact. People were doing the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
From my understanding, Pryor was like the first one to make it like a conversation, basically.
Yes. Tried to watch the movie Gods of Egypt the other day.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
I almost threw up.
Why? They made Thoth black. I think the sketch could be made today.
On YouTube, independently.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was on a network with a budget. I don't think comedy gets to where it is today without him.
So who does he knock out of the top 10?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been starting something. Well, we did, and we completed it. We have completed, Dante and myself, our official top 10 comics of all time list. We will now take that list, and every week here on the podcast, one of us will bring another name to the table. We'll discuss their impact in comedy. And this is where we're going to start opening it up to you guys now. Our list is our list, but we really want to start comparing that to what the world thinks. And I'm sure there's already like 4 or 5 names. There's a good mix between two of us where I know they'll get booted off as soon as we start mentioning some new people. Before we get to this week's nominee, let's run down the official list for Are They Top 10, ladies and gentlemen. This is Are They Top 10.
So we have Bernie Mac, Russell Peters, Cat Williams, George Carlin, Corey Holcomb, Patrice O'Neill, Andy Kaufman, Jim Carrey, Dave Chappelle, Lavelle Crawford.
Hey, that's a good list, bro. I like that list. There's like for representing both of us.
Yep.
I like, it's a lot of heavy hitters on there. And then Lavelle Crawford. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Lavelle, you're an OG.
No, I was literally thinking that. I'm like, who's the heaviest out of the bunch?
All those names and then Lavelle Crawford.
No, because he's the heaviest.
Oh, damn. Oh, Max. So yeah, I'll start off the nominees. I mean, it's crazy that I guess we each only got 5 names, right? I feel like if this was just my top 10 list, this guy would absolutely be in there.
Yeah.
But the ones that I put in, for me personally, squeaked him out, even though this guy probably had a bigger impact than all of them. The person I'm bringing to the table this week is Richard Pryor, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got some of them on the wall right here. Bam, the Wizard of Comedy right here. Some Richard Pryor vinyl right here represented on the podcast set. I mean, there's really not much I have to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know comedy, you've heard the name Richard Pryor. And even if you don't know yourself the impact that he had, you've heard, I think, I would imagine if you know comedy.
Yes.
You've heard the impact. There's that statement, your favorite blank.
Your favorite comedian's
favorite comedian.
Yeah. Everybody.
Bill Burr idolizes Pryor. Like, Pryor is the reason that I tell jokes the way I do. And I'm not even saying that because he directly impacted me.
No.
His impact on comedy was that impact. People were doing the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of comedy, like skibbity-bee and the 3, 1, 3.
Yeah.
Like they were Eminem in comedy. No, they weren't. I'll give Eminem more respect than that. I apologize, but still, skibbity-bee.
They were Macklemore of comedy.
They were the Macklemore of comedy. And some of them are still legends, bro. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Like, that hurts my heart. But Shucky Ducky. There was another one. Hamburger.
I know that one.
Oh my God, bro. If you go back and watch some of those old if you really see the early days of comedy, it was a lot of vaudeville stuff, a lot of shtick, and a lot of just, this is my set list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No segues, no transitions, no introspective.
No personality. Well,
there was
personality in the
bro.
jokes.
But or even in the character, because there was a lot of characters and stuff,
But I mean, like, from my understanding, Pryor was like the first one to make it like a conversation, basically.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and the first one to really get internalize.
That's what I mean by personality.
Yeah,
okay, this is his style of jokes, but like, what is your actual personality?
Pryor talking about doing crack.
Yeah.
Pryor talking about his hair catching on fire. Just Pryor's hair catching on fire.
Yeah.
I think he caught on fire. Was it just his hair? That might have been MJ that his hair caught on fire. His sketch show, bro. The Richard Pryor show. My favorite sketch of all time it's very specific to who I am. But the Egypt sketch.
I haven't seen it.
Can you pull that up on YouTube real quick for me? If you're not familiar, Richard Pryor had a sketch comedy show back in the day. Paul Mooney was a writer. Like that's where Paul Mooney really started to catch a wave. Was writing for Pryor. But there's this sketch that Robin Williams was on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can see I've already watched it. Yeah, this is a great sketch. Essentially, it opens up in ancient Egypt. Richard Pryor is the only black guy there. He's with a bunch of Europeans, and they just come across a tomb. They go into the tomb.
Good heavens, man! Great Scott, we've discovered the fountain of all knowledge of Egypt in the entire world. Do you realize the importance
Robin
of this
Williams,
moment,
very
Smidge?
recognizable.
Yes, I do.
Do you see the brilliance, the untold years?
I see it, sir.
And already he's Robin Williams. Like,
I see it, sir.
This is medicine. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
you can skip ahead a little bit. Just use the button to skip ahead. Oh, you're gonna have to click, yeah. Go to where he's reading the book. So okay, so here Pryor finds a big like papyrus or a book of scrolls.
In the beginning, when man arrived on Earth, the black gods did leave their spacecraft, and they walked, and they named the beasts of the sea and the animals of the land. And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine.
And the medicine?
They discovered time. These were all black people, goddamn!
Got down!
Wait a minute! This ain't, there ain't nothing in here about whitey. This is ours!
This is ours, Jack!
Wait till the brothers hear this!
Puna.
I'm gonna get this book out of here, baby! This tells me real tea! Check this out!
Self-control yourself, don't you
What
see?
you mean, Jack? Look at this here! Black people started the music and the brain surgery back in the year 3 BC!
3 BC!
Man, they was getting down! This is it, brother!
Yes,
Everybody gonna know about this! Listen, we can change the history. Civilization.
They slowly back out. They turn off the lights and they leave them in there and they say, burn this to the ground. Nobody can ever, like... And knowing me, the metaphysical stuff, the ancient Egypt stuff, I mean, I'm Ethiopian. Once I found this sketch, I was like, this is the greatest sketch I've ever seen in my life. And this was this was
77.
back in the day, bruh. Back, like, things were so much more real. Even though, yes, I would say the racism was louder and all that. Yeah, okay. In the 70s and all that stuff. But we were still closer to, I think, authentically presenting ourselves. Not just black people, but everybody in general. I mean, if you look at what's happening today, it's a clown show, bro. And I mean, if that sketch wouldn't even come out today.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe on YouTube, but not on a network.
Come out as a TikTok.
Not the guy had budget. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please go on TV and explain how Egypt and black people were actually everywhere and created everything. Actually, don't do that. We have Star Wars. New Star Wars.
No, they'll do that. They'll just say it was aliens, though.
Oh, it was aliens. Or, I tried to watch the movie Gods of Egypt the other day.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
I almost threw up.
Why? They made those black.
Okay. They made the one character black, bro.
The black character black.
Horus, Isis, Osiris,
Yes.
Set.
Mm-hmm.
Set was Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but they made those
Horus was like a blonde, blue. The Hollywood side of the game was crazy.
black. Look, I can look past all of that because
I couldn't even look past Thoth. Okay, sure, they got Thoth to be a black guy.
yes.
Oh, come hither, therefore, here, there,
That's-
two, for there.
I think that's a good depiction.
Oh, therefore, two, there, oh, therefore. Nigga, you're not from England, bro. England.
England.
You're not from England, bro.
No, but look, just because, but
So, yeah, you give a pass on the whole movie because they made one of the Egyptians, bro.
yeah, if
They weren't even Egyptians.
They
You know who was Egyptian? The little girl. Like,
Yeah, the girl was Egyptian
crazy
as
to me.
hell.
Everybody's pale white.
I know. Look, they do this in every movie.
And this is what I'm saying.
So
This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They recontextualizing the mythology.
but they still made my nigga black.
Come to hither, therefore, to therefore.
Okay. Just cause you want him to talk like a street nick?
No, I wanted to talk maybe a little bit like he's in Egypt, bro. What the flip is happening?
Yeah, but you don't know what that even sounds like.
Not that.
Okay, but they're making a movie.
I dated an Egyptian.
Does she speak ancient Egyptian?
I hope so.
Does she speak hieroglyphics?
Does she read Meta Nature?
Yeah, no, but look, I get it because they do this in every movie. They make
Pryor did this in the 70s is what is my main takeaway here.
Yeah, no.
To bring it back to Pryor.
Yes, but I'm saying just for Gods of Egypt. You know, if they're always already gonna make everybody white most of the time.
But that's why I'm saying this sketch wouldn't get made today. So again, to go back to the thing.
I think the sketch could be made today.
On YouTube, independently.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was on a network with a
understand.
budget.
So, but
I don't see SNL putting out anything like that.
yeah, because they can't.
Let them let me
because
host.
if they do
and
that
every
now,
sketch, I promise you.
Yeah, I know, right? No, but if they were to do that now, people like you would be like, "Oh, they're just biting Pryor," so they can't really even do that now.
No, I would love to see I would love to see, bro, In Living Color would do that maybe.
Yeah, in the 90s.
That was closer to that time, yeah. We were still in that, yeah. But that's the impact that Pryor had.
Yeah.
In Living Color, to me, is because of like the Pryor show. Especially, bro, the sketches that they did, they pushed the envelope. Mostly on like those gay sketches they did. Because that was crazy for back in the day.
Oh,
The sports talk one with, I think it was Jamie Foxx and David Alan Grier. Do you know David Alan Grier?
if I saw his face, maybe.
You
but
would. Oh, he's a big voice actor. Ah, man. Yeah, look up David Alan Grier. Shout out David Alan Grier, bro. Absolute legend. You know this man. No?
he looks familiar.
Boo this man.
No,
Boo this man.
he looks familiar, but
Go
you
to
know
his-
who he looks
go
like?
to his IMDb.
He looks like Roy Woods, the
You're
comedian.
hilarious. Yeah, but Roy Woods looks like him.
I
Let's
know,
be
but you
fair.
know what
Let's
I
go
mean.
back to Pryor though. Do you know anything of Pryor's?
Not really.
What could you tell me of Pryor? Like, what's
Live at the Sunset? I don't know.
You just took a stab in the dark.
Did I hit?
No, bro. Live at the Sunset. I'm sure. I mean,
What is it? What's the special called?
no, he has more than one special. Go to the Richard Pryor to the left. Let's watch one of these jokes. Yeah, click that top one. Joke about politics. Oh, this is on Netflix though, so we might get.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not this joke.
But, like, I want to see like which special was it?
This is one of his most famous specials.
Live on the Sunset.
Oh, was that it? Okay, good for you. You did get one. Okay, yo.
I got one. I took a
You
stab
got
in the
one.
dark and I hit.
Yeah, you did. All
That's
right.
off instinct.
I did not remember the name of the special at all.
Come on now. Do you even know who Pryor is?
Apparently not.
He gets one.
That's hilarious. You go. Yeah, I don't think comedy gets to where it is today without him.
So who does he knock out of the top 10?
Oh, Lavelle Crawford. Bro.
What?
What? Okay.
No, go through year 5 first.
Okay. My 5 was Chappelle, Patrice, Bernie, Kaufman, and Carlin. And if I'd had to knock out one of them for Pryor, it would have Kaufman. It's a lot tougher though. I promise you. When we bring
I
this
know,
to the people,
but you
when we
would
bring
say, what do you say? There might be 4 that might be knocked out. That's because 4 of them are mine.
you brought some weirdos to the table.
What do
dog.
you mean? Russell,
No, okay.
Holcomb, Carey.
Holcomb is not top 10, and I don't think. I know. I know. This is our list, but once we start
He's
bringing,
still real
so
to
we're
me.
each gonna have to take 2 from one of each of our sides because we only get so many options in the poll.
Yeah.
Like
So if who like would
I'll put up
But I'm saying, would Pryor knock out anybody out of your top 5? Because obviously, okay, he knocks out Lavelle, but
I mean, yeah, realistically, he would knock them all out.
yeah, but okay, but there's 10 spaces, right? You put one in, someone has to fall out of the 10.
It would be, it's between Kaufman and Bernie for me, which is crazy. I think comedically, Bernie had a bigger impact for me. Stage, like just pure comedy.
Yes.
And if I'm going with that as the merits for myself, like Kaufman just had a wider scope impact for me. His comedy I still find absolutely hilarious, but it's not as strong as like Max
Okay.
to me.
Yep.
So I would take out Kaufman for Pryor.
Okay.
How about
That's
you?
fair.
Who of your 5 would you take out?
I mean, like, I agree. Lavelle would, because I think Lavelle, but then again,
Yeah.
maybe I might even say Jim Carrey, just because for stand-up wise, you know.
That's also fair.
Yeah.
Lavelle has more stand-up
Stand-up.
chops than, I mean, maybe not necessarily chops. I wonder though if Carrey were to just get back on stage.
But Carrey, like, so this video that I was watching that I said I was going to send but didn't send.
Yeah, I looked it up. I've watched it already.
Okay, you watched it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
but
seen
like,
a few of those channels videos.
basically what they're saying is like he was like an impressions guy. You know what I mean? Like he would just, his face was rubber. He could do any impression. But like if we're going like joke for joke,
His jokes were very like,
his jokes were the impression.
yeah, but I'm saying like the jokes that he had that were jokes weren't that strong. It
Yeah.
was mostly the impressions that carried him through.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So
How
that's
do you-
why I would have to drop actually Jim Carrey over Lavelle, because Lavelle basically only does stand up and like acting.
That's
here
fair,
and
man.
And
This
he
is-
writes jokes that like legendary.
And you're the one that made this argument before, because I said this should be a stand-up comedy list.
Yeah.
When you put Carrie in actually.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like,
Because he's a stand up comedian.
but then you said it's a kind of a wider thing.
Yep.
So does he still, would you not say that Carrie is actually still more impactful than Crawford?
Overall, yeah, because I would say he had more
But you would still take out Carrie over Crawford.
for Pryor in
Yeah.
terms of stand up.
Yeah. But now you're just judging him based off. The
I know.
merits. You see
I
what
know.
I mean? So you're
Yeah,
kind of going
I
against
understand.
yourself here.
I understand.
Because you put Carrie in for basically the opposite reason. Because he's so much stronger and everything else, and he's got some stand-up.
Yeah. So if I had to,
So what is this list to you?
my top comedians of all time.
Stage.
Yeah.
So why'd you put Carrie in?
Because he started as a comedian.
All right. So you're taking Carrie out for
For Pryor, like
Pryor.
only because, you know, like, look, growing up, Jim Carrey had a big impact.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never really watched Pryor growing up.
yeah.
So I wouldn't replace him with anybody, but I understand the actual impact that he made to the game.
Yeah.
And like out of respect, you got to throw him in somewhere. But if we're going top 5, Richard Pryor's not in my top 5 because I didn't grow up watching him.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
And that's our personal list. That's why I really was thinking, how do we separate this? Because we need to have our list, but then get the people involved.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be doing this week to week. So I guess we'll say our nominees. We're putting Pryor up for the people to vote on.
Yeah.
And does he knock out? My people I'll put up will be Kaufman and Mac.
Okay.
And you're putting up
Carrie Lavelle.
Carrie and Lavelle. So this is how it will work. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, you made it through the end. Thank you so much on just this clip.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I
we
mean?
can literally do the poll and it just have those 4 names.
Exactly. So what
And
I'll
then
say
they
right
vote on
now
who should be voted
exactly.
out. Yeah.
So every release of the Are They Top 10 clips on the channel, they will coincide with a poll question on the community tab. So if you're watching this right now, head on over to the community tab and let us know what you think. Does Richard Pryor belong in the top 10? I mean, we know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But who would you have him knock out, given our options?
Yeah.
And that is Are They Top 10 for this week. Salutes to Richard Pryor, man. R.I.P. Absolute legend.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10 and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So like if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.